Antonella, great to see you again. Welcome back to Popternative.
Hi, thank you so much for having me again. I'm so excited to start this
Yeah,
interview.
it's interesting. Last time we had, one TV show to talk about, but this time we have two films to talk about. Two very different films, we have to say.
It's very exciting.
um, I kind of wanted to know. I want to kind of talk about the audition processes. Which one did you film first? Did you film Terrifier 3 first or A Sudden Case of Christmas first?
So
Was it
I
around the
filmed,
same time, kind of?
I always get this mixed up because I ended up filming A Sudden Case of Christmas last year,
Okay,
like 2 months after I wrapped on Fear the Walking Dead.
gotcha.
And then they weren't able to finish it by Christmas time that year, so they had to move it this year. And that's when I found out I got Terrifier this year, and they're both releasing within a month, which is crazy to me. Two new movies in a month.
But it's interesting too because it technically both kind of Christmas films if you think about it. I
They're so
remember when
different
Damien
at
Leone
some
said that.
times.
I remember when it was announced that there was going to be Terrifier 3. The big thing that was kind of like released was that it was going to be Christmas themed. So
Mhm.
it's like, what does it feel like to have two Christmas movies, but two very different Christmas movies out?
I keep telling people I feel like I'm gonna destroy Christmas in one movie and try to fix it in the next one.
That is such a good way of putting it. It's so tough too because it's like, you know, different characters too in these as well, right? Like, what
Yeah.
were the audition processes like? Let's talk about both of them. But like, what do you know about these projects? Like, maybe like start with Terrifier, then we can go to Sudden Case. But like, what do you know? Because sometimes they don't tell you a lot. Sometimes they tell you a lot. Did you know it was a Terrifier film that you were auditioning for?
Well, normally they just have like the name of the movie, and then they give me like some scenes. Sometimes they're dummy sides. For this one, I got real scenes actually. I and for Terrifier, it was well, I mean, the audition process is always pretty hectic.
Yeah.
So it just starts off with the audition, and they gave me like two scenes or three scenes, and then callback after callback after callback. They just kept feeding me new scenes until I found out that I got the role, and I got the script,
Yeah.
and it was pretty much the same for the Christmas one, except there was something because I do remember I'd gotten the script, I think, right before I had found out. So
Yeah.
I had read the script before,
Hmm.
and I was like, this is so cool. I need to be a part of this.
Yeah.
But mainly the audition process is normally the same. It's just very crazy.
Absolutely. Some Terrifier questions, then we'll get to A Sudden Case of Christmas. But specifically, you're part of what people are calling one of the biggest horror movie franchises that's out there right now. That's kind of the current and present times.
Yeah.
How much do you know before signing on to Terrifier 3? And what is it like seeing this kind of big like buzz globally about these films specifically?
I knew that Terrifier 3 was going to be huge, but I didn't understand it would go to these great lengths. It debuted at number one and as the number one movie in America.
Mhm.
I was completely like taken aback. I was shocked. I went downstairs with my parents and we all just screamed in happiness. It was so amazing to think that I could have any part in this.
Yeah. It's funny too because it's like last time I'm trying to think last time we spoke about Walking Dead. That was I think last year. It's
Yeah.
funny how you have to keep a lot of things secret because you probably knew about one of those projects and then it's like boom and then all Rose Terrifier 3 and it's like oh my goodness. Like are your family and friends getting used to that a little bit too? Because it's so crazy, right? You have to keep everything kind of secret for a long time.
Yeah, well, especially like when I'm in school because whenever I'm not filming, I sort of like to take a break from like my homeschooling and
Yep.
just go back to regular public school so I can, see all my friends and get back into that vibe. But I swear I've never really had like a full school year at the school that I go to.
Hmm.
I always leave like every year for a new thing, which is crazy to me. I think they've sort of gotten used to it now, but it's like I've never stayed a full year there. It's always been like 3 or 4 months, and I was like, oops, I gotta go back.
Yeah, I know it's so crazy. What can you tell me about A Sudden Case of Christmas? I mean, what was it like working with Danny DeVito? I just have to ask that.
He is such an incredibly talented actor. I have always been watching his movies even before I didn't even know about the Christmas movie. I mean, that movie Twins. I love the comedy, everything. He's just so smart and amazing.
Yeah.
He actually helped me a lot on set, especially improv wise. I learned so much from him. Every day I was learning something else.
Yeah.
It was a master class.
It was like the school of Danny DeVito, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
What about the school of Terrifier 3? Do you learn that there's just kind of like like what kind of school is that?
Wow. Well,
Well,
I
Lauren
definitely,
Lavera is an amazing actor. So like the fact that yeah, so good, right? Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was watching it at the premiere, she literally gave me tears. Like at that one part where her like scars were healing up or something. She brought a tear to my eye. She's so amazing. I feel like I always pick up things from every project that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like especially as I'm getting older, I'm really picking up more things here and there. And
Mm-hmm.
I learned so much with everybody on the set of Terrifier.
Yeah.
And it's a whole new genre for me, which was scary yet exciting.
You haven't seen it, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if like, I mean, you've seen clips here and there, but you haven't seen Terrifier 3, have you?
No, I have. I there were some scenes where I had to step out and like use the restroom because I couldn't see them. My friend,
Yeah.
but I did like mainly watch. It's just there were some scenes that were inappropriate.
Were you able? Of course, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I asked, because it's kind of like, I mean, there was all those headlines too about like everything and like in France, you know what I
don't
mean?
have a problem. I don't have a problem with the gore.
Yeah.
Like I just watching someone's head get cut off, and my mom would be like, "Why are you watching this? This is insane." And I'm like, "It's fun."
Well, okay, but like my question is, when you were on set, because I find like I'm a filmmaker as well, and I find it depends, right? Like where you are and what your role is and stuff. But like, do you pop into Video Village and see things, or like, do you just kind of do your scenes and then leave? Like, do you get to see anything while you're there, like on set?
Yeah, well, mainly my mom stays at Video Village while I'm filming, and
Yeah.
she'll be watching my stuff. But when, like, in between takes, sometimes I can take a break from school and I can go and look at scenes they're filming.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
love going to do that.
Yeah, for
It's
sure. Do you want to be a filmmaker one day and go behind the camera? Like, do you go on these big sets and work with like Danny DeVito and see Damien work and be like, I want to direct, I want to write one day? Does that ever happen to you when you're on set for these big scale movies?
That's a really good question because I have been planning for a long time. I'm really big on manifestation. So I've sort of been manifesting like I'm going to move to Los Angeles and go to a film school. I want to learn how to act and how to direct and produce. Anything that involves this industry, it's just so amazing to me. I've fallen in love with it. It's my passion.
Doesn't it feel sometimes like you're on summer camp, like you work on 3-4 months with the same people, and then it's like, all right, on to the next, and then it's like until the next summer camp. Does it feel like that sometimes?
Oh yeah. I mean, every single time when they say that that's a wrap on Antonella, I cry. I have so many videos of me like absolutely bawling. I'm a crier.
Because it's just because it's your job. Like you're really present for those months, right? Like
You get attached to
Yes.
people, and you go through all of this together, and you feel vulnerable with them, and it's hard to leave.
Absolutely. So around this holiday season, people are going to be able to do the Antonella Rose double Christmas double feature, right? They're going to be able to do A Sudden Case of Christmas and Terrifier 3. I want to see. I dare dare people to do that that those two movies back to back. They couldn't be more different.
I swear exactly like the day that my movie came out for Christmas, which is Friday, I already saw like 3 videos of me in there. I'm like, how'd you go exactly from Terrifier to Seven Case of Christmas is devotion from my fans, which is so amazing.
Absolutely. And I'm really happy for you and congratulations. Antonella, so great chatting with you again. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for bringing me back on here again.
Absolutely. Your Instagram account is just your name, right? If people want to keep up date with everything, what's the handle specifically?
Little Miss Antonella.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this has been Pop Turn. If youtube.com/PopTurn for previous episodes, you can, of course, catch Antonella Rose in A Sudden Case of Christmas and Terrifier 3. Till next time, it's Antonella and Peter Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.